Chum 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 chum. Ugh, that was weird. What's up, everybody? I want to welcome everybody to the second episode of Chum Nation Podcast. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? I'm of course your host, Zach the Chum Legault. I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank everybody that was fucking totally me. I want to thank everybody who listened to last week's podcast. I want to thank Rob and Brandon for coming out. Thank you guys so much. Remember to follow them on Twitter. Remember to follow us on Twitter at ChumNationPod, ChumNationPod. And I want to remember to follow me on Twitter at RidinPine, RIDIN_PINE. I want to thank our dumbasses of the week last week for being dumbasses. I want to thank you guys for being total fucking dumbasses. And I want to thank you guys for coming to episode 2. If you haven't listened to the show before, which if you haven't, there's only 2 episodes so far, so you kind of got to get on the boat because a new era is fucking chumming, let me tell you. But no, I want to thank everybody for chumming along, and who I have sitting with me today is a good pal of mine. What can I say about this guy? This guy's funny. This guy's intelligent. This guy's went to school for radio broadcasting. He does dips in all types of broadcasting, television, radio. You fucking name it, he does it all. Like I said, good buddy of mine. Went to high school together. Known each other for years. I want to thank everybody for listening again, because I'm doing that. And I want to also thank him for coming in. He's gonna say hi right now and cut me off. Neil Gray, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, man. How's it going, dude?
Oh, it's fucking going, and I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks, man. I'm really excited to be here. No, I was stoked when you texted me today. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go do some podcast shit.
Exactly. Fuck.
And I didn't even know at first that I was going to be on this show, and then because we already have another project in the works. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yes, we will.
But pretty much, yeah, you were like, hey, do you want to be on my Chum? And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll chum with you. So, man, I'm so happy to be on this. It's a pleasure.
This is so cool, and I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to do this. And again, I want to thank the listeners. Remember to tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your colleagues, tell anybody, tell your
kids, tell your wife.
Tell everybody. We're going to make this thing go viral. A new era is chumming, as I've said again. And so, Neil, you and I have been friends for about 6 years now.
6, yeah.
6 years.
Just about 7.
Just about 7, which is a lifetime. 7 years. If, like I said in the first episode, if any relationship lasts longer than 7 years, it's going to last a lifetime.
Fact.
It's a fact of life, and I think it really is. Because everybody that I've known for longer than 7 years is still here, and everybody that I haven't known for 7 years, I haven't talked to them since. And that's funny to think. But you were mentioning our new project. We might as well do a quick plug before we actually talk about it later on the show.
Yeah, no.
We have Neil is, because I said before you're dipping into broadcasting, and I'm a clown basically. I'm a stand-up comedian,
minus the makeup,
minus the being a clown. And we thought, because we're such good friends, and since you're so good at what you do, and I'm relatively okay at what I do, it would be, what kind of thing would it be if we didn't bless the world with the creative ideas that we've already come up with together?
Fact. And
so we decided to come up with the project that we've been working on, which is basically a bunch of nothing, to be honest.
Literally nothing.
But it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be pretty fucking.
It's
huge.
Captivating, man, because we were talking earlier, and we didn't want to podcast. Obviously, we want to be funny because that's appealing, but at the same time, we do funny, we do serious, not too serious, obviously. Yes. But we actually touch on shit that matters. And we're not talking fucking wars out west or whatever the hell's going on.
Stuff that's going on that people that don't address because they can't address because a lot of people won't let them address.
It's touchy.
It is, and it's a
little risque at times, but.
And here's the thing, and if you guys want to guess what you think we're talking about, which you're not going to, you can remember to favorite us on Twitter and tweet us. You can also tweet Neil, and his Twitter handle is
at the real Neil Gray, and that's Gray with an A, because a lot of people spell it with an E.
That's true, they do.
I don't have 50 Shades.
Oh, that would be a sick Twitter handle though. 50 Shades of Neil Gray. Oh my God, that'd be genius.
I actually call that my dick.
That's gonna be
my dick's name. My dick's name is Christian Gray.
Dude, that's the name of your new bibliography. Not my dick is named Christian Gray, but 50 Shades of Neil Gray is literally a sick biography name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I get copyrighted in the face for it. But
yeah, can I write that?
Yeah, sure.
I'll totally write that. Or write the what's the thing called, the prologue?
The prologue?
Is that no? That's for a novel. What's the thing that somebody wrote? It's opening.
An autobiography.
Yeah, no. But they like somebody will write something like they'll write like, you know how when you how do I say this? You know when you read a biography and the first thing is like done by somebody like it's a friend of theirs and they wrote like a
testimonial.
one-page testimonial done. So I want to do at least the testimonial.
Okay, no, you can write the whole book because I'm not gonna sit and fucking write a book.
Yeah,
and it'd be cool to see like the viewpoint that someone else had on my life because I don't know, I was a pretty shitty person in high school.
So was I. But we've
I've come a long way since fucking 15-year-olds and
from literally fucking 15-year-olds.
I can poke fun at myself for that now. I was ashamed of it in the past, but whatever. Man.
But you stick with the people.
I started a new era at Banting Memorial High School of grade 12s.
Yes, you did.
9s. And I don't know if I should be proud of that.
And if you know who I'm talking about, MP kind of kept that.
I do know who you're talking about.
Good for him. Good for him. Hey, man, whatever you want to do.
Yep.
No, man, I'm so glad you're here, and it's kind of cool. We were friends in high school, and a lot of people that on their broadcast would be like, we were buddies for years, when really they haven't, but really we have been. We've been buddies for a long time.
Long before we even knew we were gonna do stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, because originally I was gonna be going into what you're doing. Well, technically, I was gonna branch off to the private school to be a sports broadcaster back when I was in grade. I think 10 and 11. I was talking about that stuff, and you didn't really know what you wanted to do.
Drama. I was all acting.
Yeah, like I was always in the acting program. I was always funny, but I think actually you were one of the first people who were like, why don't you try comedy? And I was like, no. Because you always kind of pushed me into being kind of more comedy because you were just like, dude, you can do it.
You're a funny guy.
Yeah, I've always been kind of funny, and you were always like, well, dude, keep doing drama and stuff like that. But I was really into like sports, even though I wasn't really good at them. But
thus the riding pine handle.
If you went to Banting Memorial High School and if you know Connor Martin, that joke's funny.
It is.
If you don't know Connor Martin, find him, ask him, and he'll tell you exactly why that's funny. Because
you've probably had sex with him.
The main. Wish that was a joke. That man slayed. I don't understand. Anyways, but off topic.
No, I lived with him in college, so I actually do understand that.
I actually saw him the other day. It was weird. He was like, oh my god. And it was like,
was he all dressed up? Was he dressed fancy?
No, but he always like if you ever have a friend who you always look over and he's like in a fucking blazer that he got, and this is actually Connor to a T. Connor bought a blazer in Paris, and it fit him perfectly. It was like what? Like, did you get this tailored? He's like, no, I just picked it up in a store and bought it, and I wore it, and I was like,
fuck yeah, Connor.
What the fuck, man? And he was like the first person I ever saw with like you know how on ties like they have the point at the bottom. He was like the first guy I ever saw that wore it with like the point cut off,
the flat tie,
flat tie. And I was like, Connor, why are you wearing that? He's like, it's gonna be a thing, and it became a thing.
Gangster, straight OG.
It became a thing. Like, and he's, oh man, I was so jealous of him in high school because he always had like the fucking rocking and hair. And
yeah, bro, it's just like shit, fuck. Connor, like fuck.
And every girl you'd be like, hey, do you want to go on a date? And it's like, I'm holding out for Connor. It's like, what?
Yeah,
but he's had a girlfriend now for a long time, and they're
Nadia,
happy.
4 years almost.
They're happy, and I'm really proud of them. And I'm really happy for them. I love the two of them to death.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. I got to see her all the time when they came down and visited and stuff, and they have a pretty good relationship. So
yeah, they do, and they're whatever, but. Oh man. So fuck. We are at we're already at 8 minutes. We've been talking for 8 minutes. I had no idea. It felt like 3 minutes. It felt like 3 seconds
tops. Yo, do you want to oh shit, I was gonna say something. Nope, it's gone. The bank of my mind has been robbed.
The bank of your mind has been robbed.
Am I the only person with little people in my head?
Like you can't be. I have voices. But they're like characters.
That might be an issue. But they're characters?
Because I do.
Do you have a cartoon show in your head?
At all times, yes.
What would you name it?
If I a cartoon about me?
No, yeah. Okay.
Oh.
I've got such a good question after that, but go on.
Chum boat. It'd be like the Chum boat stories, and it'd be like me as like a tugboat.
Chum boat tales.
Chum boat tales.
The tales of Chum boat.
The tales of Chum boat, and I would be a tugboat. Like there's a show, but I'd be a tugboat, but I would be like stoned all the time, and I'd be like chum chum chum, and I'd always be like playing like a stupid silly tune, and it'd be great, and like and it'd be like my toot would be like chum chum.
Nice.
And I would walk around, and I'd just be like, yo, what's up, guys? And I'd be going on adventures.
How do you walk if you're a tugboat?
How do I walk with a tugboat?
Plot hole.
No, I don't. I just kind of like float around. Like, what's up?
So is the whole thing shot in the water, or you could be on a trailer?
I could be on a trailer. It depends on how I'm feeling. It depends on
who's driving.
Who's driving the trailer?
No, who's driving the tugboat?
The tugboat?
Are you self-operated? I guess you would be.
Like cars. It's almost like cars.
Yeah, I can see that. Mm-hmm. So who would your best friend be?
I I think it would have to be
Like a seagull? Or like a pelican. It would be a pelican.
It would 100% be a pelican. If you know me, it would be 100% be a pelican. And it would be like, and he would always, and his name would be like, oh my God, it'd be Morty Montadelli. And he would sit on my end and be like, what's up, Morty Montadelli? Look, Chum, I'm not horny or nothing, but my God, that girl has nice tits. And it would be like, is that a cilantro in your pants? Are you just fucking happy to see me? And it would be like, what the fuck is this?
Just the
pelican?
most inappropriate pelican.
And his name's Morty Mortadelli. And he has a brother who the pelican flies down and his hair is slicked back. He's a pelican. He has hair slicked back, a golden chain, and he's like, what's up, Mickey Mouse? Really, hi, how are you? And he doesn't really say much, but yeah, hi, how are you? Oh, and he's got a toothpick coming out of his mouth. He's like, hey, hi,
and he's always like, yeah, Morty, I gotta go deal with stuff, and then I'll fly away.
Morty, shipment's here, and he'd fly up. He has a camo in every single episode, but he'd be like, hey, what's up, Morty? Yeah, come here. Yeah, they're here, and he would, and I'd be like, oh, hey man, what was that about? Chum. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. So that would be Morty Montadelli's
Morty would
line.
be like, hey, don't worry about it.
Nice.
Don't worry about it. You got it.
He's just doing his thing. Don't worry about it.
That's just Mickey.
Okay, so that's 2 characters. Where would you be docked as this tugboat? I could see you in like Australia.
I'd say off the coast of like New Zealand, Australia. Yeah, I'd be down there.
Because then you could say cunt in your cartoon.
Oh my God, I totally got. I totally got.
Chum, you dumb cunt.
That's amazing. Oh.
Okay, that's the cartoon of your head.
That's the cartoon in my head. But anyways, what I was saying, what was I saying?
I don't remember. We started talking about tugboats and fucking Italian pelicans. Like,
we did. But we are 11 minutes in. So why not do the first segment of the night, trivia with the funny man?
I can do that.
Boom. So again, if you haven't listened to the first podcast, but you fucking should. It's literally one more episode. Who cares? And it's funny.
It's half an hour of your life.
It's half an hour. I think it's 40 minutes.
Listen to it while you mow the lawn.
Who cares? It's a great episode. You're gonna love it. You're gonna listen. You're gonna enjoy. You're gonna want to come back for more. You're gonna be, when is episode 3? Let me tell you, it's gonna be next week. You gotta calm down. It's gonna be here. Don't worry. Forget about it.
Don't worry about it.
Listen, it's fine. Look, have you told the people it's gonna be fine. Back off. Anyways. What was I talking about? Oh, anyways. It's trivia with the funny man. If you haven't listened to the first episode, this episode is going to entail trivia questions from Neil. Mm-hmm. So every week I have guests come on the show and they ask me 3 to 5 questions, and I try to guess them with the best. Try to guess them with the best. Try to guess them with the best of my abilities, and try to be not necessarily funny. Just try not to be a fucking idiot and try not to strike out on all these questions. So Neil, take it away, my man.
Okay, so do you want a practical one first, or do you want like? Something that's like just an actual situation, a scenario.
Give me a practical one first.
A practical one?
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of doing these on the fly.
I like that.
Guys, you have a lamp in your house.
I do. Okay.
Shade or no shade?
Oh. What color's the lamp? Are we talking black light?
It's got a regular bulb.
Oh, it's got to have a shade then. It's got to have a shade. If it has like a black light, actually, yeah, if it has a black light, no shade. But if it's
a regular lamp?
If it's a regular light, you got to have a shade on it.
Okay.
Because in my house, all lamps are shady.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so yeah, lamps with shades. If regular lights, because if you go to if I feel like it just looks like here's the thing: if you don't have like there's a new level of poor, because if you buy lamps,
you're probably selling crack. If
lamps come with the shade. If your lamps don't have shades,
bro, you know what we could use that lampshade for?
Joe, we could totally use that as like, it'd be funny. You know when those dogs have the cones on their heads? I could totally wear that, and it would be so funny at a party. And then they do that, and they like put beer in it, and they like drown. Like that's
drowning in lampshades.
They drown in lampshades.
It's a thing.
It's
happening in the fraternities down south.
I'm sure if we look it up, I'm sure we can find it.
A man has drowned in a lampshade today. More at 6:30.
Man is died in a lampshade, but looked like to enjoy himself in the process.
Okay, so
Question two.
This beautiful girl approaches you to meet you, and your friend set you up.
I already have no idea how this goes.
Yeah, so he's your friend set you up, and he's introducing you to Mindy, his friend Mindy.
Mindy? Ooh.
Do you hug her or do you shake her hand?
I've done both, so this is weird. Okay. depending on how my mood is and depending on how I gauge her. Like if she's like giggly and I'm giggling, I'm like, oh darling, how are you? And I'm just laughing and she laughs, like I'll be like, oh, bring it in for a hug, and she'll hug me. But if she's like, if I make a joke and she's like, oh hi, then I'll be like, it's nice to meet you, and I'll shake her hand.
Okay.
But I generally love to give hugs. Like I'm a generally like I love to hug people.
You're just a nurturer.
Well, no, just my thing is one of those things where it's like if I'm very upfront and comfortable off the bat, like if I go to give you a hug and you're just like, oh, and I'm just like, oh, this isn't gonna go well. This date is gonna go nowhere, and this relationship, if there is one, and this connection is gonna go nowhere, because if I can't embrace the fact that we're two people meeting up in this one particular time, and I can't be like, let's hug it out. What's up? Like even fucking teams hug it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like if this date, even if it goes well, if it goes well, or if it goes terrible, we're in it together. So might as well embrace it.
Cool. Okay, I can deal with that.
Boom.
I can totally deal with that.
Good. I hope
okay, so
question three.
Okay, let's make this more trivia-esque. Okay.
Here we go.
So you're building a house.
Oh, I like it already.
Okay, so you have 4 different materials.
4 different... Are we talking pine, mahogany, oak, and maple? Or 4 materials as in a hammer, a nail?
No, I'm talking like wooden materials to build your home with.
Ah, yes, okay.
Okay, so...
Okay.
You have 4 materials, okay? So
Got it.
you have bamboo.
Bamboo,
like... Bamboo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, what bamboo is.
Bamboo makes that noise.
Does it really? Okay.
Bamboo. You got oak, I guess.
Oak,
like
okay.
This solid form of wood.
Okay.
There's the cheap shit you get. There's like, I wouldn't say it's plywood, but it's like the stuff you get from home hardware.
Yeah, it looks like it's all chippy. Okay.
Yeah, you understand. And you have your 4th material is titanium alloy.
Oh, okay.
But you have to build this house yourself.
Okay.
So what the fuck do you build your house with? Do you do bamboo, oak, the shitty stuff you get from home hardware, or like go all future-esque and fucking weld that titanium alloy?
So what you're saying is I have options of these 4 different materials.
Yes.
And I can build the house out of one of these
Out
materials?
of one.
Bamboo.
Entirely? Your entire
Entirely
house?
to bamboo.
So when
Bamboo's
it rains,
so strong.
When it rains, what happens with the roof? It's gonna leak through all those fucking bamboo because they're circular.
They are. That's true.
What are you gonna plaster between them? No, you're like,
no, you're not. That's true. And but if you weld it, it's gonna get hot as fuck in the summertime. And if you use wood, and if you use all that wood, it's just gonna get wet and soggy. What was the third one? Oh, the shitty. Okay, well, I would if that was an option, I would take that and set it on fire. But I wouldn't build a house out of titanium because that would take way too long. I can't weld.
I can't weld.
I'd have to say bamboo. Because why? Because it's light.
And you can play music on your walls.
And I think it'd be great. Yeah, I think bamboo. I'd say bamboo. Bamboo. I'd say bamboo.
Zombie apocalypse. What do you do?
I'll kill myself. Convert to a zombie as fast as I can.
Quickly.
Because you know what? Because
you're fucked regardless.
Fucked.
I
am fat and I cannot run.
Who wants to live in that world?
Never. Like everybody's always like, "Oh, I would fight." Fuck fighting.
Man, I'm going to get a samurai sword. It's just like literally zombie apocalypse happened. You're never gonna.
If the zombie apocalypse happened, I'm going to my kitchen, grabbing a knife and stabbing myself in the chin and like in the throat, and I'm like dying because you know what? I don't because as soon as I run out of ammo, they're gonna get me, and what they do to me is gonna be way worse than if I just get.
They're gonna eat you.
Alive. They're not gonna do me the favor of being like, "Oh, I'll kill you now." They're zombies. They're just gonna be like, and fucking
eat your shit. Not literally your shit, but they'll eat you.
Oh, well, they probably will eat my shit too.
Well, if it's hot.
Well, depending on what it looks like and how it tastes.
Fact. Okay.
Last question.
Do you want one more?
Make it a good one.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
The funny guy needs a funny question.
You can't stop the funny man. Funny man.
You've dealt with all the questions very adequately so far.
This is what I do. It's my job. I am.
You're at a car dealership.
I like it already.
Okay. So, there's a bunch of different cars on display.
Okay.
The car salesman walks out, and he is wearing a tie that offends you.
Okay. So there's a swastika on this man's tie.
He's wearing an offensive tie.
A very offensive tie. Okay.
The colors don't work. It's just an offensive tie.
It's offensive. Okay.
Do you buy the car off the man with the offensive tie?
Okay.
Or do you direct him to a store where he could buy another tie?
Okay. I'm gonna sidestep your options, and I'm gonna come up with my own one. Here's what I would do.
Get it, funny man.
I would go. Okay, I would see him, and I go, hey, I'm saying his name is Carl because they're all named fucking Carl.
Hey there, I'm Carl.
I'm Carl. I'm the car salesman.
Would you like a brand new Corvette?
I'd be like, Carl, come here. Let's talk for a second.
Come here, baby.
I'd be like, Carl, this is the thing. Your tie sucks dick, offends me, don't like it. This car, free. And he'd be like, no, I can't do that. I'd be like, cool. I'm gonna set that tie on fire while you're wearing it then. And he would go, well, no, you can't do that either because I'm gonna get severely burned and possibly die. I'd be like, okay, cool. What are you asking on this car? Oh, well, we're asking about $15,000. Okay, cool. I'm gonna walk off the lot with it for $5,000, and I'm gonna keep that tie around your neck. And he's gonna be like, I can't do that. I'm gonna be like, well, Carl, and I take a fucking lighter out of my pocket.
Are you actually gonna light
the
this
fucking
dude?
tie, and I would light the end of it on fire, and then I would fucking hold it. And he'd be like, all right, $5,000, and I would just fucking put the fire out with my bare hand, and and I would walk away and grab the keys off his fucking hand and drive off the lot in that car for free.
Don't even test drive it.
No.
Plot twist: the car's a boat. Can't even drive it. No, I don't know where that was going.
The car's a boat. Okay, I tie his tie to the end of the boat,
To the propeller.
Not to the propeller, because I want to talk him down first, and I'm going to start the engine, and I'm going to put him on the. You know what?
Lower his head towards the propeller.
No, lower the tie, because he obviously loves this tie so much that he would wear it to offend people. He loves this tie. I'm going to lower the tie into the propeller. I don't know where we're going with this bit, but that's been trivia with a funny man.
My trivia question sucked. I'm sorry.
I liked it. I don't care what these listeners think. Well, actually, I do care what you think. But again,
if you have better questions, just tweet them.
Exactly what I was just about to say. So every week, we didn't get any last week, which is fine. But this week, remember to tweet us and tweet us some questions that you want me or my guest to answer. But most likely they're tailored to me because it's trivia with the funny man, and I'm the funny man. So yeah, remember to tweet us. And remember to also follow. Again, I'm plugged throughout the show. Follow me, follow Neil, all that good bullshit. So on what we're going to talk about now is we're going to talk about the project that you and I are working on. We're going to talk a little bit more into about it.
Mashing,
basically. So we're going to tell the people. So it's a podcast. It's another podcast,
Yep.
but this podcast is because we've talked a bit about
the format's different.
It's different.
Mostly
really
because first episode we're just stoned as fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, like we're talking first time getting high stories. Like it starts off really funny, and then it gets into the heavy shit again, always. And first episode does involve a lot of effects.
It does involve a lot of aspects and sports.
Yeah, we talk about Morty Martelli too.
We do. I bring that character up a lot. Anyways, but what we're gonna talk about is because I brought up sports. Mike Babcock in Toronto. Mike
Babcock.
Mike Babcock in Toronto. Yes. No.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm not a Leaf fan. I'm unbiased.
I know you're
first
not.
off.
I know you're not.
So, yes, great thing for the team. Great coach. I don't think it's gonna do anything substantial for at least 2 years.
I agree with that. But as I also think that maybe not substantial in the fact that it's going to bring us a cup right away. But I think it's going to be. Do I think we're going to make the playoffs next year? No. But I think we're going to come fucking close. I think under his leadership quality and under his, because Randy Carlisle was a very good coach in the fact that he was very good at knowing the game.
He was active, yeah.
But he wasn't very like. Mike Babcock is. This is it. This is what you're gonna do. And if you're not, get off my fucking team. And like the Detroit Red Wings, all their fourth line and third line guys, up and down in the minors all the time. Because if you don't like the way I'm fucking playing you, get the fuck off my fucking team. And they did, and all of them did. Because there's the guys that were young prospects for the Detroit Red Wings, and they don't play there anymore because Mike Babcock didn't want them in his vision of his team.
Exactly.
And Brendan Shanahan made it very clear that he was like, I want Mike Babcock's coaching style, and I want his input on players, and I want his blah 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 blah. Because Mike Babcock is the type of coach that is an amazing coach. Coached, won a Stanley Cup in Detroit, won multiple Olympic gold medals.
Yep. He's literally one of the best coaches.
He was in Anaheim for 2 years before he was with Detroit, and he went to the playoffs every
single year with
Detroit, and so. That's not because, and he didn't do that because he's a fucking idiot. Like, yes, he had a good team, but there's a reason he had a good team.
Exactly. It doesn't just take a bunch of superstars to win a cup.
No, it takes somebody behind.
Unless you're Chicago.
Yeah, which fuck off, Chicago. Fuck you. Like, fuck you.
But yeah, no. Like what I was saying is, 2 or 3 years. It's because Mike Babcock can build.
Yes.
he can build a team. He's gonna switch the lines. He's gonna hopefully get rid of Dion Phaneuf.
But backtracking that, he's a fan of Dion Phaneuf, as he said in a press conference. He's a fan of Dion.
It's easy to be a fan of Dion Phaneuf. It's easy to, but not.
Alicia Cuthbert. That's why he's a fan. I mean, that's why I'm a fan.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, no, she's so hot, dude. Oh my God. Like Popular Mechanics for Kid. Popped my first boner, but
kid, the girl next door. Oh,
Jesus. But no, Dion Phaneuf, in his prime playing for Calgary, there's no defenseman like him other than maybe I wouldn't compare him to Scott Stevens.
Here's my thing on Dion. When he first got here, if they didn't push him into such a leadership role right off the bat, it would have been way different outlook. He would have been.
He's getting old though, man.
He's old now, but he wasn't old when he came here. He's been here for 5 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah, he wasn't. He was in his. He should have been in his prime when he got here. But you throw him into a leadership role after arguably the greatest Leaf captain of all time, Matt Sundin, and the greatest Leaf of all time, Matt Sundin.
No.
Ooh. Oh.
I'll go with this one to the grave, man. Think about this: 1950s Leafs, 1960s Leafs, 1970s Leafs. You gotta
exactly. But Matt Sundin did it from the end of that era to the beginning of the modern era, and he racked up points.
He did a great transition for the Leafs, but I wouldn't say that.
13 years of solid consistency.
I wouldn't say he's the greatest Leaf of all time.
I would say he's arguably,
absolutely,
arguably the greatest Leaf.
Top 5,
greatest Leaf captain of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with. I would say that. But going back to what we said, you take like I said, arguably the greatest Leaf captain of all time, and he is now retired.
Yeah,
let's throw this guy who has never played here, only been a rival to this city, and make him our captain, filling the giant shoes that arguably the greatest Leaf captain of all time, left behind. Nobody's gonna like you if you don't perform.
No,
and that's a lot of pressure on somebody, especially who's just trying to fit in with a new city.
Absolutely, yeah, no, but Matt Sundin had a whole different play style to him, man. You could get pumped to go and watch Matt's play, and
just Matt's play. And if Matt's needed to put the team on his back, he would, and he would consistently perform.
Absolutely, yeah, no, and whereas Leaf fans don't come to watch Dion Phaneuf.
No, they don't. They come to drink $17 beers, and watch them lose, because as a Leaf fan who was born and raised a Leaf fan and is still a Leaf fan and is an absolute diehard, I went to a game against Boston, and I was there just for the sheer fact that Boston was going to be there. And which I hate to say, because I'm always I love the Leafs, but the fact that it was the first time that Boston's been back since Game 7, and it was and if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say Game 7, you aren't a real Leafs fan.
Oh no, we all watched that game and
Everybody watched that game and cried. Yeah,
I'm not even a Leafs fan, and I had to shake. I was sitting with a guy who would bet $1,000 on the game, and watching his face.
Yeah,
I honestly I died a little inside, and I'm not even a Leaf fan.
Oh man, it was so bad.
Yeah, no, but if I had to actually pick a Leafs captain, it'd be Wendell Clark.
Wendell Clark, but what's funny about Wendell Clark is it's one of those things oh, Wendell, you got traded formats.
Yeah, but it's Wendell, man.
Wendell was and I'm gonna
arguably stress the argument.
Arguably, again, possibly
Gretzky.
a great captain. I've always been a Matt Sundin fan growing up, and I've always been a Matt Sundin fan now. So, but it's one of those things. But as we are reaching the 28 mark, we're nearing the end of our show, which means if you're a true Chum Nation listener, which I don't expect many of you to be because we only have one episode, it's time for this week's Dumbasses of the fucking week.
Sweet.
So,
do you want to go first?
I always go first.
Oh, damn right, it's your show.
So, my Dumbass of the week this week is
Neil Gray.
hits me close to home. A woman by, I can't remember her name because the article is not popping up. But anyways, a lady comedian was doing a comedy show in Toronto, and and she was doing it for a 45-minute spot
Bit.
for a company that hired her and whatever. And one of their she got on stage, and a heckler said to her, 51% chance my buddy here will have sex with you, and I'll take the other 49%.
And
it says this is
at a business conference.
At a business conference, a dinner.
Right.
And they hired entertainment. And he says this to her. And she kind of looks around the room what the fuck? Blah, 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 blah. and then he continues to say like rapey stuff. And it's like, and this is a professional comedian. She's been doing this for years. She's done festivals.
So you can deal with that to an extent.
To an extent, she broke down in tears and had to walk off stage and not do like any of her material because this was just so bad.
And was this like 5 minutes in?
I think it was less.
Wow.
And my dumbest of the week is that heckler. And my dumbest of the week is also going to go out to everybody because I've done comedy shows. I've done a lot of shows. I've done a shit ton of shows. I've put on a lot of shows. Hecklers are the worst thing in the world. And the thing reiterating, my dumbest of the week is that fucking guy. You're a shitty human being and you shouldn't fucking exist because that's so rude.
That's her profession.
She does not go to where you work and flip the fucking burgers off the grill. You're a dickhead. Anyways, but with hecklers, my biggest issue is the fact that you think you're helping. They're always like, oh, I just thought I was helping. No. When someone's doing, like, say someone's doing a 5-minute, they've practiced doing a 5-minute. They haven't practiced doing a 5-minute and then have their mother come in and be like, oh, you're a fucking hack. And they turn around and they have to say something back. They don't practice that. So that's not fair to somebody who's just trying to go up there and make a name for themselves and work hard and do all that bullshit. And you're coming in here and yelling at them and stopping them and they lose track of their thoughts. And now they're
that tight routine goes to shit.
Exactly. There's a speed bump in their routine and it doesn't sound as good and sounds clear. So if you're listening and you want to fucking heckle somebody, don't, because if I'm going to find you and I'm going to beat the shit out of you. So my dumbest of the week is that guy who made that fucking great comedian cry and run off stage.
Hashtag
you're a shitty human being.
Fuck that guy.
Hashtag fuck you forever in the asshole. And I hope you go to hell even though I don't believe in it. I hope you go to fucking hell.
Mm-hmm.
Neil.
My dumbass?
Ray. Who is your dumbass of the week?
So, my dumbass of the week has been a huge DJ forever, Steve Aoki. Everyone knows Steve Aoki.
Boom, love Steve Aoki.
Famous for throwing cakes at people and shit.
Yeah.
He has huge parties and like he's renowned for like surfing on the crowd. Like he'll literally throw out a raft and surf on the crowd. This week, in I think it was San Diego, he threw a raft out and basically usually he's just jumping from a stage, so not too high. But there was a scaffold and he climbed up the scaffold above the stage. And he was probably a good 30 feet up.
Jesus.
Jumps on this raft, but he lands right on a girl's head, breaks her neck. So this girl left a rave with a broken spine. And Steve Aoki, completely responsible. I think he apologized, but I don't think there have been any measures taken for him to help with treatment, anything like that.
Oh my God.
He's kind of like, she's at her own risk because she came to my rave. So my dumbass of the week goes to fucking Steve Aoki.
Oh my God, that's so expensive.
It's so tragic, bro. Like, imagine that. You pay this crazy amount of money to go see this world-renowned DJ who everyone loves. Like, I wouldn't say everyone loves him, but his fans are adamant. They are Aoki heads, you know, and like they want to get caked, all that shit. But imagine going to see your favorite artist. They're coming to crowd surf on you. You're all excited, and they break your fucking neck because they jumped from too high. Like,
what the fuck is he thinking?
Like, I'd be surprised if his career continues after this. You know, my dumbass of the week goes to Steve Aoki, not because he's a bad artist, not because he doesn't know how to put on a show, but because responsibility comes with being a performer.
Fair enough, and I take a great deal of pride in that because I am a performer. I totally agree with that.
Exactly.
So I want to congratulate Steve Aoki and the heckler from Toronto. Congratulations on being
the dumbasses
of the week. Oh man.
Hashtag fuck those guys.
Hashtag fuck those guys. Dude, we have reached the end of our show.
Don't shit, that flew.
That flew by. I want to thank you so much for coming on the Chum Nation pod.
Dude, no worries.
I want to thank you for being here. I want to remind everybody to follow us on Twitter at Chum Nation Pod. That's ChumNationPod. I want you to follow me on Twitter at Ridin_Pine. That's RIDIN_Pine, which is PINE.
Mm-hmm.
And Neil,
you can follow me on Twitter if you want. I would suggest it. I'm not very active, but sometimes I post funny shit. It's at The Real Neil Gray, so THREALNEIL GREY. Gray with an A. And my autobiography is soon coming out. 50 Shades of Neil Gray.
I want to thank you for coming out, Neil.
Dude.
And I want to thank the listeners for coming out. I want to thank everybody here for chumming along with us today. And we'll see you later.
High five. Chum, what was that? Chum out? Your sign off.
Oh, thanks for chumming out.
Yeah.